right. Well, thanks everybody for being here. First, let me call up Mark from Blue Ivy, our presenting sponsor, to offer the welcome.
Thanks everyone, and on behalf of Blue Ivy Communications, welcome to Palm Beach County. Blue Ivy was actually founded 15 years ago in Boca Raton by Division I athlete Melissa Perlman. We cannot wait till the game next Tuesday. We wish the best to Toledo and Louisville. I'm going to pass it back to Doug. Lowell. Yes. I've been corrected for weeks now, and I still can't get it right. Thank you, guys.
And let me introduce a couple other folks. Amy Bolin, where'd you go? There you are. Amy Bolin here for Bush's Beans. Appreciate you. We got George Lindley from the Sports Commission here. And he's sitting next to our guest of honor, Verdenia Baker, our former county administrator who just retired. Her service to the county was phenomenal, and now she's agreed to help us out a little bit. So you always told me you were going to come to work for us. You just didn't realize we were going to pay you. All right, welcome to the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans. And let me tell you, the Bush's folks have been so creative, the whole bowl of beans things. I think a few people in our company were like, no, that's not how it goes. But we finally got them opened up, a little more progressive there. So it's certainly unique. Bush's has a whole lot of stuff planned for this week. Obviously, y'all have probably heard that this right here is a ticket to the game. I think you got, 2,000 tickets that you guys are going to give away for the game. There's a lot of other stuff that's going to happen around the ball game, around bowl week, I really should say. I know tomorrow at the beach party we'll have the camper, and I'll let Amy tell you what a camper is, and I'm not mispronouncing it, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we've really felt very fortunate working with Bush's and have just had a blast with them. Well, all right, let's get on to the coaches here. I am so thrilled to have these two. Let me talk about this guy first. So when the announcement was made Toledo, and of course Jason Candle, this will be the third time Toledo's been in our game. Jason Candle, his first game as a head coach was in our game in year 2 when they played Temple. Mike O'Brien, the AD at the time, had elevated Jason, if you recall. Matt Campbell went to Iowa State right before the announcement, and so Jason stepped into the role, won in what I've often described as the rainiest sporting event I've ever been associated with in my life. And then they came back here a few years later. Coach Candle led the Rockets to another win in the second most rainiest event I've ever been to in my life. Coach Weiner, I'm really hoping you guys will break a trend there.
Well, the forecast looks pretty good so far, and as long as it wasn't the weather that we brought from us when we left Toledo, we'll be in good shape.
Well, when I told people, of course, the news of Coach Candle leaving, and when they say who's going to be the interim coach, and when I said Coach Weiner, they were like, Coach Weiner from Plant? That guy? Really? I mean, you're a Florida legend. So we'll start with you. And if you would, go ahead and offer a few opening remarks, and then we'll go to Coach Brom. I'll try and come up with his funnier things than what I just told about him, although that kind of falling flat there. But so we'll start with you, Coach. Go ahead.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, we are incredibly honored to be here at the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans, and I did have to practice a couple times to get that right. But sometimes people have to practice with my name as well, so that would work out either way. But we are so excited to be here. Our players have had a couple great weeks of preparation leading up to this, and they're certainly happy to be down here for the weather is their first thought in the Sunshine State. But having been here before to this bowl game, and those who had been here before, I've actually been to both of them and sat through the rain in both of them. Actually, I was in the press box for the last one, but truth be told. But they are very excited to be here in Boca Raton and be back with people who, for those of us who've been in the program for a few years, are familiar. And I think that really no one does it better than it's done right here in Boca Raton, Florida. And I'm really excited for our guys and our coaches. I'm really excited to extend Coach Kendall's Toledo career one more game. And our guys play with the kind of effort that Coach Kendall had instilled with them for many, many years, and the culture that was built there for many, many years. And so to be able to continue that for one more week down here in a place that's very familiar to us is a very, very exciting venture.
Thank you so much. Well, appreciate the kind words. Coach Brom, oh, by the way, I kind of glossed over one thing. We've got two 8-4 teams here. They come in with great records. They both had fantastic seasons. We couldn't be more excited for this matchup. You know, with my company, obviously, I work for a TV company. Well, actually, I work for a magical company at the end of the day, but that's the ultimate boss. But, you know, ESPN being a TV company, you know, that TV rating is always so important, so you always want to have a very compelling matchup. And I feel like with these two teams we have a great matchup. It's going to be a great game, and I hope that it has a great viewing audience across the nation. So, all right, Coach Brom, we thought we were going to have you here. I was, you know, talking to him earlier about when he was head coach at Western Kentucky and then left to take Purdue, and I'm like, man, we got to get Coach Brom back here today. So finally we have brought you back here in year 12. I've already discussed the whole, you know, for those of you that know, I came here from Cincinnati. He's the Louisville head coach. Those two don't usually mix very well. But I will say, when I got down here, obviously, and connected with Coach Schnellenberger right away, and he convinced me to kind of lighten up on that UC-based Louisville hate. So now I'm all about the Cardinals. Admire your program, admire what you've done with it. I've been a big fan of yours for a long time. So, Coach Brom, if you'd like to take the floor and offer your opening remarks.
Okay, well, thank you. Without question, we're excited to be here at the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl as well. Of Beans. You know, our team is excited to get down here to some warm weather, a great location. I'm familiar with this area. I was able to coach with Coach Schnellenberger for a year at Florida Atlantic, and really enjoyed the people here and the experience. I left to take a job. It took my wife about 1.5 years to follow me because she wanted to stay. So we finally got her to follow me. So when she got the news we were heading down here, she was as excited as anybody. And so we're all, you know, super excited. We get the chance to play a great Toledo team. Coach Candle, Coach Weiner, they've done a great job. You can tell by how they play. They play hard. They play tough. They've had big wins already. Every year they step up to the challenge. They do great things. So our team knows that in order to find a way to win, we're going to have to play well. And it's going to be an exciting game, but I think the week will be a great experience. We look forward to getting around town and seeing all the sights. I know Toledo will be down in Boca Raton for the most part. We'll be up here in West Palm, but we're excited to experience that. And without question, getting off the plane was a warm welcome for us, so to speak. So we're definitely fired up. We look forward to having a great week. We appreciate the hospitality you guys were giving us. Hopefully our players will appreciate it as well. But I know we got great kids that you know, want to finish strong and want to go out with a bang. And it's going to be an exciting time to get here. And looks like the forecast will be tremendous while we're here. And we thank you for having us, and we look forward to having a great week.
Well, we're excited to have you here. So, all right, let's open it up to questions to folks. Who wants to go first? Who wants to be the brave one? And you know, if you don't step up and volunteer, I'm just going to start calling on people randomly. So, who's up? All right. Where's Rick Smith? I know you're ready with a question.
Thank you. My name's Rick Smith. I'm a professor emeritus at college, and we bring our students down to volunteer every year. My question is to both coaches. Have you talked to the student athletes about the activities, maybe the beach party and the nights out? What are they most excited about? Is it fishing? Is it the ocean? Outside of the game itself?
Well, for us, our team's excited to come down here. Just like Coach Weiner and his program, this is warm weather. We're excited to get back outside instead of, you know, I'm not gonna lie, we've been practicing in our indoor facility for a while, so we haven't been as tough lately as we should be. But you know what, the experience of coming down here, we have a lot of young men from our team from Florida, and that's kind of been a strength of our program ever since I played there years ago, just recruiting guys down here that know how to play football. They're coached well. There's great football down here. There's great talent, and there's great coaches. So a lot of them's family will be able to come and be a part of it. I know there'll be a great experience. Being up here in West Palm Beach will be probably new to quite a few of those guys. We're at a great hotel, and we're looking forward to doing all the activities while we're here.
Yeah, no doubt. My answer is similar. First of all, we thank you for bringing all the volunteers. I see them in the back there from Marietta College. So appreciate you guys being here. in that regard. But we like to dip our feet in the sand a little bit. You know, sometimes we can imagine that we're doing that up there, but it's a little more bright white, that sand that we're dipping our feet into. So we like to dip our feet in the sand here a little bit during our time here. I think the kids are really, really excited about that. And like Coach Brom just said as well, like we have really had a really strong base down here in Florida, in South Florida, and then over in the area of Florida where I'm from, in Central Florida, the Tampa area there. So a lot of our kids are coming home as well, and there'll be a big contingent of Florida family members, including many of mine, who will be here at the game to enjoy this great matchup. And I think like that's probably the things that we're looking forward to most, is having some outstanding efforts in those activities.
You know, they both talked about the student athletes. Here's the high school coach for Philip Ely. He was the offensive MVP in our second bowl game. This guy right here, Ashton Gelati, now a rookie with the Kansas City Chiefs, played at Boca High, played on the same team with my son. Of course, Lamar. I mean, what more can you say about his career? But who's got the next question? Okay, Rick, go again.
This was for Coach Brom. I didn't have the pleasure of working with you at FAU. I was there a little earlier than you. Schnellenberger is one of my role models. What did you take from his coaching style that you're going to bring today to try to win the Schnellenberger Trophy on Schnellenberger Field?
Well, in my opinion, a legend in the coaching profession should be in the Hall of Fame. I hope one day that happens. Really took programs from nothing and built them back up. Did it at the University of Louisville, did it at Miami when things weren't going well, won a national championship, won a Super Bowl undefeated team for the Dolphins, and then Louisville, when the program wasn't doing well, really built that program up and gave it a chance. And then, of course, Florida Atlantic from scratch, and really took pride. You know, his last job at Florida Atlantic, took a lot of pride in that job. And I had the opportunity to play for him, learned a ton about really what football is all about: toughness, work ethic, the ability to be a great teammate, to not shy away or back down from anything. He just was the best at it. And he displayed that confidence, and he wasn't scared to talk about it and put his name or his team out there. And then as a coach, I got a chance to coach with him for 1 year, and it was really a unique experience. You know, he's actually mellowed quite a bit, understood the whole realm of what football was all about, and him and his wife Beverly were just true role models for me and what I thought someone should try to be when they become a coach, about ball, about the kids, about winning, about the work ethic. So really, we're excited to be down here. It'll be fun to get a chance to see Beverly, and I know she has texted me numerous times and is excited that we're coming down. And this means a lot to her. You know, football was her life for a long time, and she did her part as well, being a great coach's wife. So we're excited that she's healthy and going to have an opportunity to be at the game and get a chance to see her.
Yes. I see somebody with their hand raised back here.
That was you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Come on. Go ahead.
So, my name is Seth Haber. I'm a student at the University of Florida. And my question for both coaches is what is the biggest improvement you've seen from both your teams throughout this season as you continue to progress? And congratulations on your wonderful season thus far.
Well, I think for us, you know, football is a tough game. You've got to be tough. You've got to be able to handle adversity. You know, you hope to win every game, but it normally doesn't happen. So you got to be able to handle the losses. And we had 3 losses in a row, and 2 of them were basically on the last play of the game, and we had to find a way to overcome that. And I think you have to just kind of stick to it. And the fact that we were able to come against our rival in Kentucky the last game and come out with a convincing win was great to see that, because we needed to win, and we needed to get our confidence back. So that was a tremendous effort by them to step up and do that. Now we've got a chance to prove ourselves every week. You know, we tell our team, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, you got to go win the next game, and you're expected to win, and you got to handle it that way. So, you know, to win, to go out with momentum is always important for either team. So I think all of our guys from both teams will play hard, and who executes the most will probably win. So it'll be an exciting day, and you know, we're fired up to play the game.
Yeah, I really think that for us, it's been cohesiveness from week 1. I think that normally happens on a team anyway, but there certainly are stumbling blocks along the way throughout the course of the year for any team, whether it be injury, whether it be some outside force, whether it be a win or a loss in a tough game, and how your team responds to that as to whether that cohesiveness can last through all of that. And for us, I think we've continued to build and build and build as a cohesive unit, and had a really good month of November. We had a rough month of October in which we kind of roller coastered up and down, and a really good month of November to kind of finish off the regular season. And then, of course, we're thrown into transition. We're thrown into a situation where, you know, when Coach Kendall announces that he's moving on, where many different minds are in many different places, like at that very moment. And so then you get the ultimate test in that cohesiveness. And I could not be, I don't even really know how to express it. I could not be more excited and happy, and I have no idea how the result of the game will turn out, but of the cohesiveness of our young men. And I've had amazing coaches who have stayed and held that together, who have been part of our staff, some who have stepped up into roles that they weren't in before, you know, some that are young, that are GAs and analysts, that are now into roles of actually coaching our guys. And our guys have responded like true champions in every moment. And instead of having a moment that clearly could pull everybody apart, not even in a bad way, just everybody apart, and then you have different directions to go. We've had a real moment here for 2 weeks that talks about the unity of a team and what football is all about when you first joined it, right? Like the greatest team sport in the world. You can't get this done on your own. All of the things that we've seen, our guys have, instead of dropping off, they've picked it up. And I'm really proud to not lead them, to just be a part of them. And that'll be something that I'll take with me for a long time. Thank you.
Who we got next? Yes, sir.
Hello, coaches. My name is Cade Shumsland. I'm with ESPN West Palm. My question is, it has been nearly a month since your kids have hit the field. What is the specific practice workout routine like? You guys have been going week after week after week for a whole season, and now we have to take this massive long break. How do you guys keep the competitive edge on your teams?
I think for us, it's been interesting, right? And as really a college head coach thrust into this, and as mentioned, I was a high school coach for many years, head coach here, but this might be a little bit different. We played in some very big games down here in Florida that sometimes are the equivalent of college games. But I think the thing for us was at the beginning was there's a general routine, I think, for bowl game practice, and it all depends upon how far away the bowl game is from your last game. And I think a lot of times you can really spend that as kind of a mini spring for now your young guys who should be a season more mature, at least mentally, and they should have an opportunity then to show themselves. And in our situation of transition, like showing themselves might be a very important thing. So they've gotten that for sure, and they've gotten those opportunities. I think if I were being honest and would go back and do it again, you know, we were chomping at the bit to watch some of what Coach's great team has done, and you know, try to show that to them early. And we started showing that to them early, a little bit, just sprinkling it into practice a little bit here and there. And I think a little bit by this last practice that we had before we left, they felt like, okay, we got, you know. And whether or not they have that when the real bullets start to fly in the game is a different story. But like the idea of just building that practice up, of trying to craft it in a way that you hit the opponent stuff and how you need to prepare for that at the right time and have the guys peaking at game time the best you possibly can.
For us, we played about the last 7 weeks in a row, so we had some guys banged up. Last game we were down to our 5th and 6th running back, but so we gave some time off. We did, and to let them recuperate and have a little break. They had to kind of finish their finals and do all the school stuff, so we gave them a good at least 7 to 9 days off of football. And we brought them back. We eased back into it, and I think now they're hungry and ready to go. We've had some good practice. Hopefully we'll get a couple good practice while we're down here in this great weather and get acclimated to that. But I think they're excited, and I think they're as fresh as you can be, and they're excited to play in another game.
Amy Boland, I see you with your hand up. You got a question, right?
So, what have you guys been hearing about being a part of the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans from your guys? Any word about Bush's that we can maybe leverage for the future?
Let's see.
How about when they received their cans?
Oh yeah, when they receive their can.
Yeah. First of all, they wanted to know how beans could be so light. Was their first thought, and I told them I told them like any food, it was the light edition of it, so you could eat more of them and be fine. But they were really excited about it. Like first, they just thought it was going to be, no offense to a regular can of beans, but then when they saw the logo for the bowl game and saw their own team logo on it, they were excited about that. And I think also kind of just, this is a little different kind of sponsorship for a bowl from some others that they have there. So I think, and I think we answered this question when we had our Zoom meeting. I think, their first question is will the winning bald-headed coach get a bowl of beans dumped over their head? To which I strongly answered no on coach's behalf or on my behalf. But they're very excited to be here and be a part of that and all that you have in store for that. And I think part of it is, like they said, you have so much in store. Part of it is we give them a itinerary like everything in football, like it's down to the last minute, right? But I think they're excited about what they don't know also that they're going to get here.
Just to interject real quick, when he was referring to the can of beans, Bush's they did special labels with each team's logo, like they got labels that had the bowl logo and their Toledo logo on it, and Louisville got cans that had the Louisville logo along with our game logo on it. So just for that background, Coach.
Well, Bush's is a great brand. I think all of our guys know about Bush's, so that's a huge plus. So I think it brings a lot of value even to another great bowl game in the Boca Raton Bowl. So I think both go together. We're excited to experience the whole week.
Check out their social media with their cans. It was pretty interesting. Anybody else? Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Gavin Heiberg. I'm here on behalf of Marietta College. We'll be volunteering at the Bush's Boca Raton Bowl of Beans. And I kind of want to know what you guys as coaches are looking forward to most in this upcoming week leading up to the game day.
Well, quite simply, just a great week with around great people. We've had a great experience so far. To see all the volunteers and all the people here really means that you put a lot into this bowl game. I know our guys, like we talked about, both teams have a lot of guys from Florida that get an opportunity to come down here and play in front of family and friends and be around them for 4 or 5 days and playing a great bowl game on a Tuesday at 2 o'clock on TV that everyone will get a chance to watch. So I think it's just another opportunity for them to kind of enjoy the warm weather. Football towards the end of the year gets cold, it gets a little uncomfortable, but to be able to go outside and play like you do at the beginning of the season gives you another fresh feeling of let's go have some fun.
Yeah, for us, certainly, like, final opportunity to be together. And we understand as coaches that even when full teams come back, like seniors graduate, so, Tuesday, when we're on that field, that'll be the last moment that group of guys will be together at one time. A great football game here while we're enjoying all of the festivities. Like, there's a balance to be had there, that we have to really be able to strike that balance. And our guys have been really good at compartmentalizing the last week or so, where there's been other stuff going on outside of us, but when you get into the meeting rooms and when you cross those white lines to get onto the field, it's Toledo football, getting ready for our biggest competition, which is always Toledo. And we feel like if we can really thrive in that competition every day, and we talk to our kids about them doing that for their own personal lives as well. We do know we have a tremendous opponent this week. Coach Brom and I have known each other for many years. In fact, as mentioned, Philip Ely, who will be here at the game.
Oh, great.
In 2015, was the MVP of the game. Coach Brom had even recruited Philip and a couple of my other quarterbacks back in the day. So we've spent a lot of time together probably earlier on before I got to Toledo, but you know, really have nothing but tremendous respect, and all the things I know that he stands for as a coach, you can see on the field when you watch film. And as they always say in football, the film doesn't lie. So certainly not in this case.
George Lindy, I know you're just sitting there waiting to ask a question.
Well, I'll just say on behalf of Palm Beach County and our great destination, we are absolutely honored to have both of you here, your teams here, the two incredible collegiate football programs. Coach, I knew Howard Schnellenberger really well also. I'm FAU grad, and he was on our board. And we took there was a sports business conference in Louisville, and he was at the board, and he says, you know, he goes, Louisville, he said, you might want me to go with you. He's like, I know a lot of people there. And we took him, we're trying to recruit events to the county, and we took him, and he was an absolute magnet, and was, worked harder than anyone else there. It was an awesome experience. And I actually got to visit the football complex with him, and I literally saw, and I don't know if it's the same people, that even the front desk, his administrative assistant was in tears when he walked in. So
We have the same one still?
So yeah, so I think it's awesome to have a program that's been to the Boca Raton Bowl twice now, making its third appearance, and it's awesome to have Louisville, Louisville, sorry. It's awesome to have the Cardinals program that has a connection to a person that the reason we have the stadium today, that's allowing the ball game to take place because of Coach Schnellenberger.
I found out if you need to get in the practice of Louisville with it, is all you need to do is if you speak in the car play in your car, and if you say Louisville or Louisville, and the way that those of us who are not from there would say, Siri speaks it back with Louisville, so she knows apparently.
Anybody else? Any other questions?
Hi, welcome to Palm Beach County, Florida.
Thank you.
So you guys both have strong connections to South Florida. At least you've built up strong connections over the years, obviously. Toledo, it's your third time back in Boca Raton. You can't get enough of us. And Coach Brom at Louisville, you have a connection to Howard Schnellenberger, along with your experience with FAU's athletic program. Your teams later on this week are going to be able to give back to the community by volunteering, along with giving the ultimate gift to Boca Raton, Florida, by playing in Bush's Boca Raton Bowl Beans to end off the year. What does it mean to you guys, for you and your players, to give back to the community of Boca Raton?
Well, that's a big part of it, and you know, both teams, I'm sure, have great individuals. I think once you get a chance to really know them, just like Coach and myself, really special people. You know, these guys spend a lot of time on their craft, trying to become the best football player they can. They go to school, they study, and when you're around them outside of that, they're really good people, and without question, and they enjoy giving back, and they're going to enjoy the events that they get to do this week and the opportunity to give back. You'd be surprised how even back home there's more that volunteer to help out than you would think, and really get into it, and it really means a lot to them, and you know, not only does it allow us to represent our program, university, it really gives them a good feeling inside. So I have great respect for our team. I'm sure Toledo's the same way, just really good individuals that will enjoy these events where they can give back.
There's no doubt, and for me, the honor is to carry these young men into this game is exactly that. With Coach Kendall has set the pace for them. Coach Kendall always told our young people two things. Number one, give more than you take. And in that, it was in regards to a lot of things, but including giving back to the community and service work and things that you possibly can. And I always believe if there's a heart for service, there's a heart for sacrifice, and there's a heart for commitment, and there's a heart for putting someone else in front of yourselves. And so that kind of service actually is, even if you were looking for ulterior motives, it's serving a team, like how you become a team. It's actually serving your relationships at home, like how you treat one another. Commitment, sacrifice, putting someone else before yourself. So those things carry over, not just from a bowl game, but it's the experience of something from a bowl game that you can carry into further life. And at the end of the day, as Coach just mentioned, whether it's in school or outside of school or on the football field, that is still truly what we're trying to do. Like, I was over in Germany in February and I got to speak to a group of European coaches who coach American football. And an amazing group of people. But the thing that they were telling me, and I was still trying to wrap my head around a little bit, was that it's not, that their football is not connected to any school. There's no sports in the school, right? That it's not connected. And I felt like what a loss for the development of so many young people that it could be for those in the school. And we ended up having long conversations with that. And so I think that is extremely important. And honestly, for me personally, that's been extremely important throughout my entire career. And to be able to put students in those opportunities is something that we feel like we're giving to someone else, but that gives back to us tenfold.
Constance Scott, former vice mayor of Boca Raton. I can usually count on you for a question.
No question, just a comment of, this is going into our 13th
12.
game.
12.
12th game. And we couldn't be more proud to have Bush's as our presenting sponsor. We couldn't be more proud to have two teams that have been to Boca Raton before, that experienced the graciousness of all of our residents and our community. We're delighted to have you here. We're expecting a very exciting, close game. And so bring it on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're going to wear shoes like that on the front row, you know I'm going to have to call you out there, Robert Weinroth.
Well, coaches, we are so excited to have you here. We look upon this as a twofold issue. One is certainly enjoying a great game, but also getting eyes on our part of the world. South Florida is excited to have people from around the world seeing us, and we thank you for coming here. Thank you for bringing your record here, and we certainly are looking forward to a great game and a lot of viewers to see that game.
Thank you so much.
All right, I think we'll wrap it there. If anybody needs individual interviews on the side, please let the coaches or the representatives know. I think from what we've heard from these coaches, I mean, more than just coaches, from what you've heard from these two today, what phenomenal leaders. Kind of people you'd love to have your kids under and, learn from them and that. So we're excited to have you here. We're looking forward to a great game. Thanks to both of you. And again, if anybody needs interviews on the side, please come up and let them know right away. Thank you.
Thanks so much.